What an appos, up guys, welcome back to the channel. We and appos, redoing something a little different today. I and appos, bringing you guys along on a cruise ship to experience the ultimate boat trip right here in Ha Long Bay. The weather today is literally unmatched, perfect for putting on a fit and taking some dope shots. Enough talking, let's get on deck. Let an appos, go. The moment you step out of the lounge, that crisp, salty Ha Long sea breeze and the warmth of the sun just hit you right away. The weather today is absolutely perfect, honestly. Right now, we're heading down from the pier to get on the tender boat and finally set sail. Joining me on this journey is the whole crew, my closest friends, so the energy right now is amazing. Together, we're going to take in the breathtaking scenery of the bay, and then go explore all the special experiences waiting for us on that cruise ship out there. Honestly, I'm feeling that perfect mix of anticipation and pure excitement right now. Enough talking, let's get this journey started, everyone. Alright, let an appos, take in the view from this little boat while we speed out to that mega cruise ship over there. Seriously, can you guys hear the engine chugging away? We are officially on the move. Touchwood, the weather today is absolute perfection, it's sunny as hell, but hey, it's gonna look so aesthetic on camera. Just look at both sides of the harbour, oh my god, the sheer number of boats and luxury cruises docked side by side is absolutely insane. Let me drop some facts for you guys based on what I'm seeing here. Looking at how bustling this port is, you can really tell how insanely fast Vietnam's economy is growing. Some foreigners love to spread rumors and cliches about Vietnam being underdeveloped or whatever, but please, come fly over here and take a look at this view for yourself. This is a low-key flex of how wealthy and modern we've become, no joke. Look closely at those vessels on both sides. We're talking everything from traditional wooden boats packed with nostalgic cultural vibes, to massive 5-star mega cruises with state-of-the-art European engineering, easily worth millions of dollars. Hearing some insiders share their stories, I learned that building and operating a vessel up to international standards like this involves an incredibly strict process covering engineering, navigation systems, and safety protocols. But the absolute best part? The captains and the crew here. The crew is packed with seasoned pros who are super sharp. Just watching them handle the mooring lines and navigate the waves so smoothly tells you everything you need to know about their elite skills. This perfect mix of cutting-edge tech and human expertise gets me so hyped. I'm both super curious about what luxury life is like on those ships, and incredibly proud at the same time. And hey, that's just the opening act at the harbour. Since our boat is heading further out, quick question, what do you guys actually know about Ha Long Bay? Or have you only heard about it in textbooks? Let me drop some lore about this legendary bay for you. Just look out into the distance, oh my god, it's stunning, I and appos, literally crying. Right in front of us are these absolutely massive limestone mountains rising straight out of the ocean. The water is this insane emerald green, crystal clear. There are thousands of big and small islands scattered all over the place, looking like a giant stone maze. And get this, greenery is still growing right on those ancient cliffside rocks, it looks so unreal. The further out we go, the calmer the waves get. It literally feels like we're entering a whole different world, it's so chill. But do you guys know why this place is called Ha Long ? You can already smell the mythical vibes from the name, right? So, back in the day, when our country was being invaded, the Jade Emperor sent a family of holy dragons down to help us fight. When the enemy ships rushed in, the dragons started spitting out tons of pearls and jade. The crazy part is, the moment those jewels hit the water, they instantly turned into thousands of towering stone islands, completely blocking the enemy fleet. Pretty epic, right? After the war was won, the dragons found the scenery here so breathtaking and addictive that they decided to officially settle down here instead of going back to heaven. The spot where the mother dragon landed became Ha Long Bay, and where her children gathered around her became by Too Long Bay. That and Appos, why every single mountain here has its own soul and story. It and Appos, honestly so cool to think about. Seriously, seeing this world wonder up close like this makes you realize how blessed Vietnam is by nature. Before we officially step onto that and quote, floating hotel and quote, out there, let me spill a mind-blowing fact that will completely break the internet for Westerners, especially the US audience. Do you know what makes Ha Long Bay so insane and puts it at the absolute top of the global map? It's not just because it's pretty for some generic aesthetic check-in photos. It and Appos, the vibe. Being here feels like you literally just stepped into a time machine and went millions of years back in time. For anyone who's used to the modern, concrete jungle of glass and skyscrapers back in the US, standing right in the middle of these massive, vertical limestone karsts will gaslight you into thinking you've crossed over into Jurassic Park or Pandora from Avatar. Honestly, it's so raw, so untouched, and so hauntingly beautiful that it gives you literal chills just looking at it. If you look at the geological facts, it's even crazier. This whole rock maze we and Appos, reflexing right now, took over 500 million years to evolve. We're talking about a time before the continents were even fully a thing. These rocks used to be buried deep under the ocean floor, and through countless ice ages and tectonic shifts, the waves kept carving them up until they achieved this one-of-a-kind look. And the plot thickens. Deep inside these dry, shrub-covered cliffs is a massive system of hidden caves and secret underground lakes connected to one another. Tens of thousands of years ago, prehistoric tribes actually called these caves home, leaving behind ancient traces that Western archaeologists are still obsessed with decoding today. It is literally a lost world forgotten by time right in the middle of the 21st century. That raw, cinematic excellence is exactly why Ha Long Bay became the ultimate hotspot for Hollywood directors. Let me flex this real quick. This place is basically a runway for global blockbuster movies. You guys definitely know Kong, Skull Island, right? Those insane shots of helicopters flying through giant limestone peaks, or that mythical island where Kong ruled, yeah, that was filmed right here in Ha Long Bay. Even Warner Brothers brought an entire crew here for Pan to capture the most surreal angles, turning Ha Long into the magical world of Neverland. For Hollywood filmmakers, Ha Long Bay is a flawless natural studio that completely outclasses any CGI or green screen. No software on Earth can replicate this level of scale. So, why does Ha Long Bay have such a gripping, unmatched hold on everyone? The secret is the absolute contrast. Normally, if you want to see majestic mountains, you have to hike up cold highlands or dry mountain ranges. But here, Mother Nature decided to do the most by dropping thousands of vertical limestone mountains right in the middle of a perfectly calm, emerald green ocean. It's an aggressive yet flawless combination of rough, ancient cliffs and soft, peaceful water. This and quote, mountains inside the sea and quote, landscape creates a 3D visual structure that is peak cinema. No matter where you stand, the second you pull out your camera, you get a sharp cliff in the foreground, misty islands fading into the background, and sparkling water reflections. This view is a literal million-dollar view. It has so much depth and mystery, making you instantly curious about what secrets are hiding behind the next rock. It completely redefines what a natural landscape can be. Just thinking about kayaking through those rock arches into isolated lagoons later is already making me hyped. Hold up, guys, just look out at this harbor for a second. It is absolutely insane. This is exactly the moment I want to go full-on flexing mode to just completely shred those outdated stereotypes that Western tourists still have about Vietnam. Like, if anyone abroad is still stuck in the dark ages, thinking Vietnam is just nothing but poor rural villages and primitive little rowboats, this mind-blowing view right here is gonna be a massive reality check to snap them out of it instantly. Look out towards the horizon, it's packed with 5-star superyachts. These multi-million-dollar and quote, ocean monsters and quote, with luxury designs are so dazzling they could easily rival Monaco or the French Riviera. The sheer hustle, luxury, and flex right in the heart of this world wonder is the ultimate proof of Vietnam's insane, lightning-fast development right now. We're not lagging behind the world anymore, we're sitting at the big kids and appos table, playing at the exact same level as the finest names out there. But then again, that massive investment is totally worth it, because Ha Long is honestly on a whole different level on the global map. But you know what the absolute best part is? It's not that we're just blindly chasing Western luxury and flashiness. It's how Vietnam is skyrocketing in wealth while still keeping its soul and unique identity so damn well. Just look right next to those million-dollar ocean monsters. See that? The floating house villages and aquaculture nets of the locals are still sitting there peacefully, blending right into this heritage site. The vibe might look rustic and humble on the outside, but excuse me, do not judge a book by its cover. The lifestyle and income of the fishing community here is literally a pipe dream for so many people. Thanks to their business-savvy minds, raising premium seafood like grouper, sea bass, or pricey pearls, while mixing in ecotourism, these floating house owners are making absolute bank. Their income could easily make corporate office workers in major Western cities sweat. It's like they own a literal treasure chest under the deep sea, living a wealthy, comfortable life right on the water using nothing but their own two hands and local resources. This whole crossover is so fascinating because on one hand, you've got futuristic, luxury resort tech, and on the other, you've got a traditional way of life that treasures local roots. It's a solid statement to Westerners that today and Apos, Vietnam is modern and thriving, but has absolutely not lost its roots. The inner strength of Vietnamese people is just on a whole different level now. So yeah, tone down those outdated perspectives, please, we are totally out of your league now, from the views all the way to the wallet. But anyway, enough flexing for now, it's officially time to get on the big ship. Alright guys, it's showtime. Let's go, let's get on board. Let's see what this super yacht has inside. I'm actually so hyped right now. Okay, the second I step foot on this boat, the smell of pure luxury literally hits me right in the face. Just look at the interior, it is stunningly gorgeous, no joke. I was totally planning to walk around and see what's hot to review for you guys. But wait, scratch that. It's actually buffet time at the restaurant right now, and my stomach is literally screaming at me, so yeah, I'm gonna go eat first. Food review takes priority, everything else can wait, let's go eat, guys. Alright, now that we've eaten and got some rest, it's time to go kayaking with us. You guys know this sport, right? NGL, it's actually pretty tricky to navigate at first, like, you think you're going straight but you're just spinning in circles. But honestly, who cares? With this flawless weather and immaculate vibe today, no matter how hard it is, we are so down for it. We can totally handle this. Just look at the scenery around here, it's absolutely breathtaking. The mountains are stunning, and the water is so calm and peaceful. This is pure happiness, for real. Word on the street is that every tourist who comes here completely falls in love with kayaking. You've got first-timers looking super clumsy, bumping into each other and laughing their heads off, and then you've got the pros just gliding smoothly through the water. Everyone says that actually steering your own boat and being this close to nature hits totally different compared to just sitting on a big cruise ship. And check this out, one of the absolute hottest spots that draws in a massive crowd of tourists is the bright and dark cave area, Hang Sang, Hang Toi. This place is literally a hidden masterpiece of the bay. The scenery here is unreal, towering limestone cliffs surrounding a peaceful, secluded lagoon like a secret oasis. Now, come along with us as we head deeper inside to explore what makes this cave area such a huge deal for travelers. Let's get into it. Oh my god, kayaking here is worth every single penny, for real. The exact moment your paddle hits the water and you slowly glide into the heart of the cave. I swear, this scenery will make absolutely anyone freeze in their tracks, completely speechless, before letting out a breathless and quote, wow. Honestly, it is way too beautiful for human imagination to even comprehend. Before coming here, I'd seen hundreds of photos and dozens of travel vlogs, but trust me, no camera lens can ever capture even 10% of the sheer majesty of this place. Mother Nature is truly the ultimate architect. She always finds a way to leave us completely mind-blown and caught off guard. Just look up. Surrounding us are these towering limestone cliffs that have stood here for millions of years. And clinging to those bare, ancient rocks isn't an apose tea, just some random wild grass. It's an entire, lush primeval forest, thriving and bursting with life. Giant tree roots hang down like silk ribbons, almost touching the water and apose's surface. But here is where the real magic happens. If you just stay quiet for a second and listen to the wind rustling through the cliffs, you and apose experience something no 4D cinema could ever recreate. You'll catch these priceless, raw moments, like playful monkeys swinging through the branches, or the sharp cries of wild birds. This place isn't an apose tea, just a tourist attraction. It's a literal sanctuary, a hidden oasis. It serves as one of the final safe havens on Earth for endangered and endemic species that might not even exist anywhere else in the wild anymore. Sitting in this tiny kayak, you realize how small you are compared to the universe, yet your soul feels more alive than ever. Touching the cool, emerald water, watching these rare creatures live freely in their untouched, original habitat, honestly, this is a core memory unlocked, a bucket list experience that I will cherish for the rest of my life. Just look around us. It's not just us, there are so many young people and travelers from all corners of the world gathering right here. Everyone is buzzing with excitement, holding their paddles tight, and dying to experience this amazing sport firsthand. Leaving behind the chaos of their busy, hustle and bustle city lives, they all came here with one ultimate goal: to truly immerse themselves in nature, to completely unplug, and to witness this breathtaking, majestic beauty with their own two eyes. It's honestly so beautiful to watch how absolute strangers, despite speaking different languages, just wave and smile at each other the moment their kayaks cross paths. You see some young guys who were super hesitant at first, afraid of getting wet or getting tired, but after just a few strokes, when the exhaustion completely fades away and makes room for the sheer awe of these towering green cliffs, they just let go and live in the moment. Kayaking here is no longer just a physical activity, it feels like a healing journey. It's a way for us to reconnect with Mother Nature at the closest, most authentic distance possible, with absolutely no barriers in between. Oh my god, look at this! The exact second our kayak glides inside the cave, it feels like we've just stepped into a completely different world. Just look at these stalactites hanging down from the ceiling, they're literally glittering like giant, ancient crystals. It honestly makes you wonder, how on earth were these even formed? Like, how many hundreds of millions of years of geological history, and how many millions of water droplets patiently falling from the ceiling did it take to sculpt something this breathtaking and intricate? It's mind-blowing how time can literally turn rock into priceless art. And can we talk about how insanely cool it is inside here? For real, it was so hot and sunny outside, but the moment you pass the entrance, it feels like you just walked into a room with the AC blasted on high. The air in here is so crisp, chilly, and incredibly refreshing. I was feeling a bit exhausted from paddling, but stepping into this cave instantly recharges your batteries. Standing right here, looking up at these millions of years old stalactites while soaking in this immaculate, chilly vibe, honestly, it's worth every single penny. If you Don and Appos T experienced this firsthand, you'd never believe a place this perfect actually exists. Alright, let an Appos keep moving and completely crush this area. Just look at these vertical limestone cliffs, absolutely insane. The greenery and wildlife here are so next level that I bet other countries are looking at this green envy, low-key wishing they had it. It's a total flex. Wait, do you guys hear that? The water lapping against the boat and the wind blowing through the cliffs, the vibe is immaculate. Let me just shut up for a second, drop a quick unquote, sound on unquote, right here so you guys can fully feel this million-dollar view. Okay, enough with the introverted, peaceful Zen vibe for today. It's time to switch to full extrovert mode and absolutely tear this bay up. I'm fast forwarding straight to the most hyped part of the day, swimming time. But just floating around like a normie is way too boring. Next up, the boys and I are literally gonna yeet ourselves off the boat straight into the ocean. Let's see who's gonna get that legendary belly flop. Keep watching to see how chaotic we and Appos about to get. Let an Appos go.
Nước biển thì nó không mặn thì nó ngọt mày.
Cho nó không có bị bột ga thôi.
Bả kìa đi bơi vào đây. Nhảy xa xa ra. Có.
Luôn luôn.
Nhảy đi. Lý Thị Băng đâu? Nhanh lên. Mày còn đòi cá mập ở đây nữa thì tao chịu mày luôn đấy. Kiểu gì phòng anh cũng là phòng dính đầu tiên thôi.
Phòng em, anh có phòng em chưa?
Kéo anh vào đi. Anh mệt quá. Anh bị mệt quá. Để anh ôm lấy mày. Kéo tao vào. Nhanh lên.
Kéo được.
Rồi kéo đi. Nó cứ bị trôi ấy.
Cái này đi.
Anh đặt. Một shot nhảy. Thì mày kéo tao vào đấy đi. Mày kéo được. Anh ơi cứu em.
Alright, we've caused enough chaos for one day. Time to get back on the boat, dry off, grab a warm drink, and just sit back with me to watch the sunset over the bay. Let's see how insanely beautiful it gets. Just look at that sky, fading from deep blue to burnt orange and pastel purple, reflecting off the water like a literal hyperrealistic painting. No phone filter could ever compete with this view, for real. It's the perfect and quote, extrovert on the outside, introvert on the inside and quote, moment. Just sitting here quietly, watching the sun slowly dip behind the limestone cliffs, makes all your stress completely evaporate. And while the vibe is immaculate and deeply peaceful right now, let me tell you a little story about Ha Long that I bet many of you watching, even the hardcore travelers, might not know yet. Have you ever wondered how there are thousands of islands and islets here, and yet our ancestors managed to name them so perfectly? No big, complicated historical books here, guys. The ancient rule for naming islands in Ha Long was basically, and quote, what you see is what you get, and quote, they named them based on whatever they looked like. It sounds super random, but it's honestly genius. I used to think the ancestors had to hold serious, stressful town hall meetings to come up with these names. But nope, turns out our ancestors were low-key, super chill, and basically natural-born artists. They'd just row past an island, think and quote, hey, that looks like something, and quote, and boom, name locked in within a second. For example, you sail past an islet that looks exactly like a giant incense burner standing in the middle of the sea, so it an Apos, S name Din Hung Islet, Incense Burner Islet. Paddle a bit further and you see two rocks facing each other, looking like two chickens about to jump into a combat, and that becomes the famous Trong Mai Islet, Kissing Rocks. There an Apos, S even one that looks just like an old man sitting quietly and fishing, so it an Apos, S called La Vong Islet, the fishing man. But wait, it gets even better. The ancestors and Apos, creativity was unmatched. One islet looked like a thumb sticking up, basically giving a unquote, like unquote, to the ocean, so they named it Ngon Islet, Thumb Islet. Another one looked like a human head staring out into the sea, so it became Down Goi Islet, Human Head Islet. Then you've got the Toad Islet, the Swan Islet, the Saddle Islet, it's basically a whole stone zoo out here in the ocean. It's crazy to think that these legendary names came from the pure, witty, and artistic minds of local fishermen who spent their whole lives at sea. They didn't an Apos, use fancy, poetic words, they used their everyday lives to bring these inanimate rocks to life. That an Apos, SY cruising through Ha Long Bay today is low-key like playing a giant puzzle game. With every single angle, every turn the boat takes, or even just a shift in the sunlight, the shapes of the islands transform into something completely new. And right at that moment, you can literally flex your own imagination and name an island your own way. Think about it, who knows, maybe hundreds of years ago, an ancestor was sitting right in this exact spot, watching this exact same sunset, and laughing at a weirdly shaped island just like we are. It makes history feel so much closer and real, doesn't an Apos, it? Alright guys, the storytelling session during this sunset has gone on way too long, time to cut the emotional vibe right here. Thank you so much for sticking around with me, from causing chaos in the ocean to just chilling right now. In the next vlog, I'm gonna drop an equally insane experience, what it's actually like to ride a giant cable car over the ocean, connecting this island straight to another city. Just hearing about that bird and Apos, SI view looking down at this entire world wonder from above already sounds top tier, right? But for now, goodbye guys! My stomach is literally screaming at me, so I'm gonna go hit the seafood buffet and eat my weight in crabs. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for the cable car vlog next week to see how epic it gets. Catch you guys later. Bye.